Technologies Capital is an investor in industrial technologies. It's also it's Technologies Capital as well as Atmos Ventures, and we focus on artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and blockchain, specifically as it relates to industrial applications. There are many challenges. In my opinion, in order to incorporate, leading-edge technology, you need to first understand what problems need to be fixed. And I think there's a massive disconnect between the problems that exist and the technology that's out there. So our job as strategic investors are to identify those problems, know them inside out from an industrial perspective, and then apply them to those tech companies that we're investing in. Collaboration ecosystem is a massive challenge, but we're doing it well, but it's starting to become a lot better. People are starting to really understand that it really needs to be done. As a VC/PE, but as a VC, we're collaborating now a lot more with private equity. We're collaborating a lot more with corporates, which has always been very important. And we're collaborating a lot with academia, because that's kind of where the talent is coming from. So being able to identify what R&D is being produced, how to commercialize that R&D, but at the same time grabbing a hold of that local talent and keeping them local. So kind of just creating that whole ecosystem is key. Definitely. Well, first of all, if you take quantum computing, there's massive problems because it's really hard to identify that type of talent. It's really living in academia. But it's, you take, for example, hardware, that's one thing, but then software is another thing. So, there's different talents living across hardware and software. So you can create great hardware, but if no one's using it, then it's not going to work. So yes, it is tough, but it's something that's definitely scalable and can be solved in the future. I think the biggest opportunities in TMT sector has to be, applying technologies such as AI and supercomputing in order to optimize various issues in cost, supply chain, etc. So, artificial intelligence is something that, it really needs to be defined a lot better, in my opinion. There's a difference between, deep learning and machine learning, etc. So, these are all things that kind of get lumped into one basket, and I think they're extremely different. So being able to identify the differences with those and being able to apply those to those specific problems in industry, that to me is very interesting. Well, first of all, geographical focus is key, but second of all, it's experience with the management team. And I know that sounds kind of cliche, but it's super important. It's super important to understand kind of, how deep is their experience in that specific industry. And then finally, how good are their exits? Are they good at secondary market transactions? What is their key expertise? I really like PE firms that do something quite specific, but do it really, really well.